Happening now, state officials are urging you to start preparing for hurricane season, which starts this Monday.
Yeah, from Tropical Storm Irene to Superstorm Sandy, Connecticut has certainly seen damage from more than one storm. Your reporter Sierra Jordan live in East Haven this morning with why experts say now is really the time to try to make a plan.
Good morning, ladies. State officials will be here in East Haven later this morning, reminding people that it only takes one storm to have a major impact in Connecticut. And here at Cozy Beach, the past storms are a reminder of what actually happened 15 years ago. Hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is predicting a below normal Atlantic hurricane season this year. Forecasters say there could be between 8 and 14 named storms, including up to 6 hurricanes, and 1 to 3 could be considered major hurricanes. That is a Category 3, 4, or 5 storm with winds of more than 111 miles per hour. Emergency management officials say a quieter forecast does not mean people should let their guard down. Experts say developing El Nino conditions could help limit storm activity this season, but warmer Atlantic Ocean temperatures could still fuel stronger storms. And this year marks 15 years since Tropical Storm Irene slammed Connecticut, causing major damage across the state, especially right here at Cozy Beach. And we will have that update from state leaders about how you can be prepared before hurricane season starts. For now, your reporter live in East Haven, Sierra Jordan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.